Hey, welcome everyone. Tom from Park Avenue Trading, your chief dealer, keeping you sane in these insane markets. Welcome to the weekly analysis that we're doing for next week, starting on September 30th, running to Friday. So here we go. This is what we had. This was the breakdown of last week. If you go back and watch last week's video, you can see the points that I had put up. And here were the trend reactionary numbers for dollar yen. You could see how they really reacted well. I mean, I gave you, the start of the week was right over. Here's when I gave you the numbers, and look how they reacted. Okay, so you had support on the TRN. You had a nice rally. Well, from this point, you had a nice rally up to the next TRN a little bit further, almost making the upper TRN at 147.52. Excuse me. We went to the high of 146.50, so it was about 100 points away. And once it broke the TRN at 145.45, right down to the next TRN, consolidating a little bit, and now we're lower. So, excuse me. What the marketplace is basically saying is that we're heading lower to the 141 TRN. Now, in the blue lines are the weekly points, okay? And that they could possibly change because it's a fluid marketplace. And if you watch the daily updates, I will give the points of the day, the volatility points of the day. But right now, as it stands in a static market, we have a weekly support point at 141.37. If it breaks that, and then we break the 141, the figure, we're going to the 140.22, which is a weekly support. And then, we got the TRN at 139.02. Okay, but on the upside, right now as we stand, I would think we need to get over like 143.30-ish to like show strength to get to the 143.87. If the marketplace can do that, then it's going to track in between the 143.87. This is a pretty strong resistance point right now, 144.95. Think of all the people that got caught, up here, all thinking up, right? Enjoy the party. They didn't dance near the door. Marketplace collapse. In another video, I showed you guys, I said, if you were long this thing, right? Say, for instance, just making this up, you get long down here and the marketplace is rallying, breaking through 145, and you're celebrating and you're thinking your target's going to be this high. No, target the high day's close. Target the high day's close. Now, this is a 1 hour chart, so you could use it. You could use the 1 hour close, but you could also look, if you use the high day's close, it's going to be way down here. Okay. So you could use the 1 hour chart for, a target, it would be the close of that up close bar would be a great target. Now, this is, of course, just making things up, having fun with numbers, mental masturbation. All right, so those are the points right now in dollar yen. Let's move on to sterling dollar. Okay, good old sterling dollar. Like I told you in the beginning, if you go back to the video, it's all on the videotape. I said, if you could get a chance to get sterling yen, well, this is sterling dollar. So forget that. I was talking about sterling yen. But anyway, I had a point at 132.67. Marketplace came down to it, rallied back up. I think, no, it was sterling dollar. I'm sorry. I said, if you could get sterling dollar down at 132.50, it was cable. 132.50, get long sterling dollar because most likely it's going to head higher. Now, I thought sterling dollar was going to break and go up into the 135 level. It didn't. It's a dog. I mean, it just really can't get up to that level. I mean, yet. All right. Now we're sitting right now in sterling dollar. We're sitting right on a trend reaction number 133.72. It's an important point because if it goes down, sterling dollar is showing weakness. It could potentially go down to 132.67. I don't, like I've been saying, I don't expect sterling dollar to fall out of bed. It's just like watching paint when it starts to rally. It just does not watching paint dry when it starts to rally. It just doesn't really have any type of enthusiasm behind it. Now, in the last video, last weekly series, I said I expected the yen to gain strength again. Now, I was correct, but I wasn't correct. I didn't think it was going where it went, dollar yen. I really didn't think it was going to break 144.95. It did, and it almost made the upper TRN at 147.5, but it collapsed back down. So I would have to say I give myself a partial victory on that. But right now, as we stand in sterling dollar, let me get you some weekly points that again could change, and you have to follow the daily analysis. Okay, so hang on one second. Okay, upper weekly analysis resistance now coming in at 135.38. Why doesn't it want to do it? Hang on here. 135.38-ish. One of these days I'm going to learn how to use this thing. 135.38. 32 is fine. 135.32, 135.38. What else we got? Above the TRN of 135.66, we have another weekly point at 136. 136.36. It's really what, like 136.30, 136.36. Okay. The lower levels. Hang on, I gotta do some calculations for those. All right, so the lower levels, we got a level right now. If it breaks this TRN, we have a support level, a weekly support level, 133.07. If it breaks that, we got the TRN at 132.67, and then we got another support at 132.13. If it breaks that, we're looking at the 131.50s again. Now, this is all again going to be dependent on what happens with dollar yen. All right, so dollar yen's the key to this whole thing. Let me move this mic over because sometimes I listen to myself and I'm like, that volume sucks. I promise, guys, I'll eventually get this down. All right, so we're going to move on to British pound sterling yen, the star. I love sterling yen, the star of the show. And we'll end it there. I mean, I know I didn't do weekly analysis on euro yen. And I promised I was going to do it, and I didn't do it. And I will do it. I'll do it in probably, well, I'll do it tonight, and I'll do like a supplemental video, and whoever watched this, I'll put it in the link, and then you can see the euro yen. And I'm going to try to get to it. I shouldn't even say I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to get to it. So hang on. Let's move on over to sterling yen. Okay, so here's the sterling yen. As you can see, these are the trend reaction numbers. I gave them to you on this date right there, and you could actually see how they reacted. I mean, now remember, you were given these points a week before. Who fucking does that? And for this trading day, this TRN point was awesome. 193.69 to 192, say 70. Okay, that's 100 points. Just having these numbers. I'm sorry I get excited because, anyway, so marketplace broke up. It could not get to the 196.97 TRN and went to 196 the figure. But once it broke the 194.04 TRN, look at the power. Bang, right down. Now we're sitting right at below 190.81. So now I got to give you some weekly points, because we got the next TRN at 188.79. So hang on. Okay, the weekly supports and the resistance. We're actually below a weekly support. There's a support at 190.35-ish. It could be just because it's the close, and the broker has that wide, but it's 190.34. There is resistance at 192.15 for the week, 192.87, and of course 193.69 for the TRN. Lower level of support. I mean, if this is truly breaking down, there's the next level of support I got is 189.03. Then a TRN at 188 78. Now, if it breaks that, we have the other TRN right here at 187.58. Now, if the yen continues strength and the marketplace basically flips out because they were just getting comfortable being long, we could see this type of volatility in sterling yen. So I'll leave that for you here. This is the week starting a few hours from now, going into Monday, and we'll see how the TRNs play out next week. Let's hope that they play out, and they will. I have great, I've watched these for 15 years. They are generally just like spot on. They're an unbelievable indicator that I developed. Now, please, if you like what you see, like and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell. Head over to Park Avenue Trading and get yourself a free ebook. You're really going to like it. And remember, always enjoy the party, dance near the door. Cheers.